Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. All right, we are live here on Mornings of Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. Today is Mornings with Lone Star from 8 to 11. We got guests all lined up. I believe we got Cody Spence come up here in just a second, and then I have my buddy Taylor Cobian coming in talking about health and fitness. And then at 10 o'clock, we have a local musician, Caleb Holscher. I want to say that I'm saying that right, from he's been in a lot of bands. He does a open mic night over at Pacific Yard House. And so that's a full lineup for Mornings of Lone Star. So it's starting right now with my buddy Cody Spence. We were just chatting, getting some coffee, get everything set up. I'm still used to this morning routine, and I'm slowly getting it, even though my wife wakes up at 4:30. Cody, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good, man. It's nice to. I was really excited to have you in. So you come in occasionally. If people check out our YouTube channel and all that stuff, you see like every year or twice a year, Cody Spence with Catering by All Star Catering comes in, and we talk, and then we just catch up. And it's almost like now we gotten to the point where we can do those photos. And you see us aging, since we've been doing it so much.
I know, man. We've been doing this for what, 7-8 years, probably once a year, yeah, it's always good to get together. And, we always talk about let's get together outside of here, but both of our schedules are just incredibly busy, so why not just do it on the radio?
That's true. I was thinking about doing Mornings of Lone Star after dark, which wouldn't make any sense, but
let's do it.
But I was thinking, the nightlife in downtown Conroe is really picking up, so we could just set up right in front of like Foss Brewery and just do the show live on the street.
I'm telling you, man, that's an idea. I love it.
But, speaking of downtown, I was here this weekend doing the Young Texas Artist, and it's like a competition for fancy instruments. And downtown was like, there's so many people.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to come down here, but my parents had some family in town, and they wanted to bring them downtown to one of the restaurants and eat, and they said it was a madhouse down here, which is great. I mean, it's just growing up in this area and just coming to downtown and there just not being a lot happening down here, to see that transformation happen over the last 5 to 8 years or so, it's just been incredible to watch. And
well, I'm waiting for two things: is the police to start, crushing skulls. I haven't seen anyone getting arrested yet in downtown Conroe. I'm waiting for it. I told my wife, it's like on my bingo card. I'm like, I just can't. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Someone's gonna act a fool, and we get to see it. And then number two is the lakeside of Conroe is going to retaliate and do something to downtown because they're getting jealous.
You think so?
Of all this like positive change happening in downtown. They're like, the lake's like, what about us? We were so popular for like 30 years. We have beautiful condos now. We got Fajita Jack's Super World. I'm surprised there's not a Ferris wheel. Where's the Ferris wheel, Lake? I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to announce they're doing a Ferris wheel.
Boy, I hope so.
So they're going to do something. Those lake people are getting jealous of all the talk down here.
A little bit. I volunteer you to be arrested first down here.
I think I could. Well, I mean,
could you pull that off?
I don't know. Well, because
could
how
the firm assist with such matters?
Well, you know how they talk about like downtown areas or like bopping. I'm like, yeah, but that means something like there's got to be crime or something. But one thing I love what they do downtown here is usually around midnight everything closes.
Yeah,
it's just really not like a late night scene at all.
Correct.
Which I think is a smart idea.
I agree, and I think for the most, I think midnight's like the very last one to shut down.
Yeah.
Everything else is. I mean, it's like
Corner Pub might stay open till 2, but I don't think they have music. I don't think they do anything like that. I don't think they have like food or anything.
It's just the community bar until 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of this stuff closes at like 10, 11 o'clock.
So it's just
responsible fun.
Yeah, because think about 6th Street, how chaotic that is in Austin. Like that's a war zone. Like they literally have buses that they put drunk people in.
I mean, the police that are down there on 6th Street at night. I mean, they're in SWAT gear.
Yeah,
SWAT gear with.
I can't imagine going on the date. Like, oh, it's your first date, real nervous, and you're walking. All of a sudden, you see these cops with SWAT gear on, and then you're like, man, this date's going to be pretty interesting. What are we getting into? But yeah, downtown, haven't seen anyone gotten arrested. I'm just waiting for it. But I usually, like even during like Catfish Festival, you'd think you'd see people get arrested. But I never did.
Yeah. You know what? Come to think of it, yeah. No,
they must. The police must make it real quick. They don't make a show of it.
They must quick and quiet, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great. Handle it swiftly.
Yeah, they have that juice on the cloth, and they come behind you and
chloroform.
Chloroform. I was gonna say Rohypnol, but I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work either. but yeah, I mean, they must be really good about quick. They're quick.
Yep. So
let's talk about you a little bit. You're catering with All Star. It's a catering company. It's great. Call them if you want catering. What's the smallest plate service do you do? Like 10 people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the biggest?
10,000.
10,000. So 10 to 10,000. If you're in that range, give Catering by All Star a call. They do all sorts of food. It's really great. Look them up online. There you go. In the description, I put it below.
I think we got it all.
There we go. Boom, boom. And then what I want to talk to you about is you were the, what is it, like CEO or president or like chairman of the board or something of the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber?
So I was the chairman of the board for the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce for the...
So you're like the Pauly Shore.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
You ever seen Chairman? Oh, no, it was Carrot Top.
There you go.
You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Chairman
of the board. For the 2022 year. And
what does that mean? Like you're the most popular person or like you're the biggest volunteer?
I would say the biggest volunteer, probably.
Okay.
Most popular person, probably not. That'd probably be Scott Harper, the president.
Yeah.
But
he smiles too much.
He does.
It's weird.
Pretty smile.
Yeah.
No, man.
Scott's
a good
every
guy.
Time I look into those eyes, I'm like, you used to be a killer. What happened?
He got married and had kids like the rest of us.
He used to be a killer.
Nah, he's a good guy.
So if people don't know what the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber is, it is a business community that been around for a long time here in Conroe.
I think just over 85 years, and advocacy for small business and all business.
Yeah, and so it's a great, if you're starting a business or you're in a business and you want to network and find local resources, they do it all under one roof. So you were the chairman, and what does that mean? You have to like show up to stuff more?
That was one of the things that I wanted to do as chairman was definitely be more present, be more active within the chamber community. I think I showed up to nearly every morning mingle and networking event and luncheon. Had to miss one or two here and there just for things like, like my son had surgery, had to miss, things like that. But definitely had to be at a lot of events, and my family is glad that is past. Just, the kids miss you.
Why do you do it? Do you get like a badge or something?
No,
Or is it clout?
I am represent. No, I'm a firm believer in giving back what's given to you.
Well, you've been involved with the chamber. That's how I met you.
Correct. Yeah.
And
So I think I'm on my 7th year on the board now.
that's what I'm saying. It's overachieving. Like we get it.
Right. And my dad was on the board for 6 years before that.
So you beat him. Did you rub that in his face?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
He was never chairman, was he?
Oh man, don't do that.
He wasn't. He wasn't, was he?
No, he was not. He was on the executive board.
You say it like it was like a political thing. Like, no, let's not talk about that. That's
No, man, he didn't want to. He was on the executive board for I think 2 or 3 years. He was the vice chair.
Do you get like
membership?
Get like a card or something?
Nope, no card or anything like that.
Can you be a chamber of the board again?
I'm pretty sure the bylaws don't allow me to be chairman of the board again, but
chairman.
I can be a board member again,
Okay.
a general board member.
So you just got this to get it out of the way.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
Got to get it out of the way. No, so
You're like,
I think our 4 biggest relationships in business as a company have come from relationships we've made at the chamber. And it's provided a life for me, for my kids, and I feel like it's really important when an organization can give that much to you that you give something back to them. And that's really ultimately why I chose to do it. So
that's too clean of an answer. What, like, they didn't pay you? It wasn't like a bribe. It wasn't like, because like, why else would you run for something? You know, it's like, well, what am I getting out of it?
Well, for clarification, I did not run for it.
Oh, so they just came up to me like, hey.
There was a committee that was put together.
So you didn't put your name in the hat, did you?
I did not put my name in the hat.
So it's like you had to do it.
So they asked me, and they happened to ask me on the day that my son was born. So my son was born in September of 2020, and September 8th. And the president at the time had called. We hadn't been back in the room maybe 2 hours. He's like, hey, can you come into the office today? I'm like, no, I'm in the hospital. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Well, let me call you. And then he called me. He's like, is this something you would want to do in 2022? And I look at my wife, and she's like, yeah, like, do it. Why not?
Well, it's almost like now that I understand the framing of it, it is an honor.
Yes, 100% it's an honor. It's an honor.
Because I always thought it was like, oh, you're on the board for X amount of years, so now they put your name in the hat. And, you know, and that's why you get they get elected, like they vote on you, but you're putting your name in the hat to be elected.
Yeah, nope, nothing like that. It is an honor.
Or they just chose you because they knew you're the only one that would probably do it.
Yeah, they probably knew I was the only one to say yes. No, I don't know why they chose me. I never actually
It always happens
asked.
on volunteer boards,
But,
like nonprofit boards.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just get the sucker. Right?
Let's get the guy who will work the hardest for free.
Yeah, let's get this guy. He fits the bill.
Yeah, no, honestly, it was an honor, and it was so much fun. I actually, I make, me. I make the most of everything that I do. I try and have fun wherever I'm at, even if it's not the right spot to have fun. I try, and I made the most of it. And I wouldn't change a thing. So,
all right, now it's over. So what's next? You gonna be the chairman of the board at the Woodlands Chamber?
No.
You should do like the trifecta.
East Montgomery County,
like
Woodlands.
Get on every single one, and like you have the medals up on your wall. But like, no one's ever done this. I'm the GOAT.
Man, I don't know if I have what it takes to do the Woodlands, man. That's neither here nor there. No, I want to get involved somehow in the school system. Probably through what's it called? The
ISD boards.
No, not the ISD boards. I was always told never run for ISD.
You want to be a Papa Bear instead of a Mama Bear?
Maybe. No, the Education Foundation in Willis. My oldest, Lindley, who's my daughter, is she's going into the Willis school system next year. So I figured just being involved somehow in the Willis school system would be beneficial. And then, of course, I'm still going to be involved in the chamber. I'm still on the executive board for another year and the general board for another year. And then the Lions Club.
How many boards does this chamber have?
Well, there's the board of directors, and then there's an executive board. It's the same as any other board.
Okay.
So.
And the Lion, actually, y'all are going to be serving food here at the county fair coming up.
Yeah, concessions is coming up. This is the first year in the last half decade that I'm not the food chair for the concessions out of the
I was thinking of that.
Fair.
I was like, that's kind of mean to do that to Cody, right?
Well, I just had so much happening over the next 2 weeks.
Just another sucker.
That I couldn't do it again.
He knows food. Put him over there.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm consulting with them, and I'm definitely helping any way that they want. I just can't physically be out there every day for 2 weeks.
That's one thing I love, like learning. When I first started the radio station here, you learn all these nonprofits and their goals and how they interact with the community. And I'm amazed about how much time people really give to volunteerism here in Montgomery County.
It's one of the things that makes this community so special.
It's crazy because, like, when I was on the board over here at the Players Theater Company, and when I was on the board there, I was like, "You guys really like theater? Like, y'all are obsessed with it." And they're like, the reason they wanted me on the board was I was the only one that wasn't involved with any of the plays. Because they wanted people who were outsiders that weren't like directors or actors. And then they were like, of course, towards the end of it, they're like, do you want to be in a play? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be here for 2 months just hanging out. Like, I don't have
All
time.
day, every day.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Yeah, I can't believe y'all have time for that. But yeah.
I heard the new play over there is phenomenal. Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
I love the movie, so I really would like to go see it.
Yeah, I think that's over. Is that the Players Theater?
I think that's
Crichton?
I think that's at Owen.
It's Owen, so it's the Players Theater. Yeah, it's weird. They have two theaters like right next to each other. But so if people didn't know, the Lions Club is a local networking. I would call it networking because the main mission of it is to help eyesight people who have bad kids and.
So it is not a networking organization.
What is it considered?
It is a philanthropic organization.
Yeah, that's the give. That's the give back. Is their main goal is.
I mean, when you go to the lunches and stuff, they actually have rules against like promoting your business and stuff.
I believe that.
But no, it is a philanthropic. It's a philanthropic organization, and it's besides the wonderful Vicky, who is the executive secretary, she besides her, it is a volunteer-driven organization, and I think it's the second biggest in the state, if not the biggest Lions Club, member-wise.
Yeah.
And their primary goal is eyeglasses for the elderly
and kids.
And kids.
I remember that.
Yeah, they do eye screenings at local elementaries
and one thing too. We're talking about the county fair is coming up in April, or is it end of this month?
No, it starts
second week in April.
No, it's quicker than that.
That's March.
I think it starts next. So we start moving everything in the 20th of March, and then it's I think a quiet kickoff on Thursday, and then official kickoff on Friday the 24th.
I think Pat Green's on Friday.
No, Pat Green's on Saturday. I thought.
I'm really bad at this. I should probably read.
Me too. It's my first day.
But what I'm trying to get to is the Lions volunteer their members up for sacrifice in the food bin
business. Yes, sir.
So basically, for the members of the Lions Club, come to the county fair and are in the booth serving you the corn dogs.
Correct.
Right?
The corn dogs and the nachos and the burgers over by the cattle arena.
Yeah. Is it just one?
It's just one concession.
Okay.
Yep. And it's not meant to be the concession at night. It's just meant to be the daytime concession for all the kids showing stuff that are out there.
Yeah. Because it's usually right by the carnival.
Yeah, it is.
So
yeah.
So go check them out, and don't get mad that the food sucks. They're not cooks; they're volunteers.
The food is actually very good.
Well, you're not cooking.
I will be out there cooking some.
Okay.
But the food chair is not the cook. The food chair is not the person that cooks. The food chair is the person that is like the GM.
Yeah, ordering everything. Yeah.
Ordering and making sure people follow health rules and things like that.
So you probably know all about that. No wonder you were the food chair.
Imagine having to tell a county judge that he has to put a hat on, dude. That's a nerve-wracking job.
Double glove.
Double glove up, buddy.
Yeah. Now you like that. I can see you like that.
I don't, dude, at all. At all.
I mean, I would love to tell people what to do, especially with people who have authority.
Yeah. Nope, not for me, man. And not for me.
I mean, you're chairman of the board. You should be able to yell at people.
No, that's not my style. It's not my style to yell at people.
Really?
If it takes a lot for me to have an elevated voice at work.
You've run All Star Catering for at least 5 years, right?
Yeah,
and you haven't yelled at anybody?
No, I'm sure I have elevated my voice at some point at some folks, but no. Usually, I'm very controlled temperament.
Usually, if I lose my head, it's because
my wife is probably laughing hysterically right now.
I usually lose my head when I'm tired. Like if I've been up for 20 hours and people bother me, I'm like, just leave me alone.
No, that doesn't bother me. I actually get more energetic the more tired I get. It's almost like delusional. I would say the thing that bothers me the most is when somebody
not wearing their hat.
No, not even. Somebody just doesn't do their job on purpose, and it just drives me up the wall. Like, it's not a hard job. Just you were asked to do it. Like, I'm not asking you to figure out what to do. I've already asked you and given you a sequence of things to do over the next 30 minutes. Do those things. If you forget what they are, come back and ask. But don't just stand in the corner on your phone. Drives me up the wall.
Yeah, what is it? If you're leaning, you should be cleaning.
Never heard that, but yeah.
I think that's on the wall at the bowling alley. Or if it's like, so he had these little things like with phones and stuff. I'm like, that's crazy. No 16-year-old's really gonna read that and like, oh yeah, okay,
my bad.
Yeah,
my bad, boss.
I'm gonna be cleaning right now. Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it. But yeah, no, I don't think the only time
maybe what it is, you're just not old enough yet. You haven't reached that period in your life where like you become like a grumpy old man.
I don't know. You'll have to consult my wife on that one. I might be a grumpy old man. I'm not really sure. But no, I mean, I have definitely probably yelled at an employee in the past, but it's usually not my style. Normally, I walk away before I yell.
What's funny, you say employee, it makes me think on last Friday I had San from Dragon Ball Z on, and he doesn't call.
I love San.
He doesn't call them employees. He calls them team members.
Yeah, it's a good name for him.
Yeah, it's really. It's like I love the psychological aspect of being a business owner. How do I trick these poor souls to working for me and listening to me and respecting me?
Well, yeah, they all are part of the team for sure.
Chloroform? Is that what you...
Chloroform,
yeah,
yes.
You always have that ready, ready to go.
Yep, 100%.
Did you tell me no?
I don't think I heard you right. You telling me no?
You. Oh, I think it's your break time. But yeah, anything else going on, man? Because I know you're a busy dude, and I'm really appreciative of you coming in and being on the morning show. This is the second week we've been doing it, and it's kind of chaotic because after you, we're going to have Taylor in from the OC Wellness. I don't know if you know who Taylor is. He's kind of a crazy man.
I'm pretty sure we've met.
Yeah, he does a lot of workout stuff. He does like the sauna and then the cold plunge. And
I'm jealous, man.
I don't really know. I always, you know, the people I always wanted to meet are the people who like work out in their sleep. You ever seen those people? Like they attach stuff to their bodies, and it's like you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You ever seen that before? Or like they always say, like, oh, if you attach these stim packs to,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And like, I wonder how that's going, because like, how disfigured is your body?
My muscles hurt all the time.
Yeah, it's like this. My right side is just a lot stronger, and it's like a lump. It's because it's been teasing the muscles so much.
No,
because you used to work out at the rec center.
Yeah, I did. Before having kids, I worked out all the time. And before running a company. I mean, between those two things and then being involved in the community, working out takes a lot of a back seat. But I eat really well for the most part.
That's impressive because your food's really good, and I imagine most of the stuff y'all make at All Star Catering isn't always the best for you.
Right. Well, it's not. It is delicious, but not necessarily healthy. And I am so go that I have to not feel bogged down. And so I'm very conscious of that. So, you know, I have a chef at the office.
So you can't eat pasta all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I love pasta. Pasta is not my friend.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of steak and chicken, not a lot of pasta, not a lot of potatoes. Salad every now and again, but it's a lot of lean protein. So
you're gonna start wearing like sandbags over your ankles?
Nope, nothing like that.
To get that workout in.
No, I mean if you wanna come work a weekend or two, I'll show you how I stay in shape.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of equipment that you have to lift.
Yeah, it's gotta be nice to have a personal chef. I didn't realize
it's very nice.
I didn't realize you're that kind of person.
What kind of person?
You have a personal chef.
I do have a personal chef.
Think about it.
A well-paid personal chef.
Yeah. I would, if I were you, I would tell people that all the time. Like, oh, you know, Chef Jerry. Who's Chef Jerry? Oh, he's my chef.
He's my personal chef.
He's my personal chef. And
no, man, Roberto, he's awesome. He we brought him on the team I think right at a year ago. And he's done phenomenal things at the company. And
your stuff is good.
Thank you.
And what I love about, because I've had your stuff, I don't know how many times now.
A couple hundred.
What I love is the different the different spreads you can provide people. Because
Thank you.
typically I feel like if you're talking to a catering company, it's like, hey, this is what we do, this is what you get. But then what I like about yours is like, hey, this is for my 16-year-old quinceañera. Is that when they do that? Is it 16?
15.
15? Yeah, makes sense. Quinceañera. Okay. But you could be like, all right, we'll work. How many people? Like you work with it and you work the style of food. It's not like you just have a cookie cutter. There you go. But it's not like you'll make something ridiculous.
Right. So we do our best to customize each event. I mean, we do have a set menu. However, if somebody comes in and they want something that's not on that menu, we definitely will explore into other options. And about a quarter of our menu has been created that way.
Yeah. So that's what I always enjoyed because it's always different. And especially if you're the one paying the money, you're like, I want something good. Because catering's expensive. It can be. And
it is expensive.
What's crazy is flowers are more expensive.
Flowers are.
So when I found out how much our wedding was, I was like, I don't think that I'd ever allow that. Ever. Like the fact that the flowers were more than the food, you can get out of here with that.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy how expensive flowers
Yeah.
are. And it's crazy right now how expensive food is.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine. I mean, this desk took forever. It was just that's how things are. You know, is All Star Catering going to start their own meat market?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to get into the meat market or restaurant business. It's no, not for me.
Yeah. Well, all the contact information for catering and All Star Catering, Catering by All Star, is in the description. So if you have an event coming up, getting married, y'all are available, right? You're not. I mean,
it's not just if you're getting married. If you're having family in town for the weekend and you need some casseroles
said 10 people,
to cook,
right? Yeah, like 10 people to 10,000.
Right, and we also have casseroles that we sell too.
Oh, so is it still called Dinner Tonight?
It's still called Dinner Tonight, but it's not just that. You can also order. I mean, just from in general, All Star Catering email in, you get a half pan casserole to feed family for the weekend. I mean, there's a lot that we can do besides just weddings and funerals. But if you have a quinceañera, if you have a small party, you're just looking to entertain people, and it doesn't have to be expensive and extravagant. We do drop-off delivery. We do drop-off delivery and pickup where we do these nice setups and then come back and break it down. Saves you on the labor aspect of it.
Do you provide people to serve?
Yes, we absolutely can.
And bartenders, right?
No bartenders, but I do have some good partners that I work with.
Okay. Yeah, because I imagine that you have to be fluid in that world of the catering world just because of the different types of events, where they're located, when the food's going to be ready, all that kind of stuff.
100%. Yeah, you have to be very fluid, you have to be very flexible, and you have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, why don't you bring anything?
I was going to bring you some candy bacon, and I'm sitting at the edge of my bed putting my shoes on this morning, and I just throw my head back, and I'm like, I left it sitting on my deadgum desk.
What about, you have a dog or anything?
I do have a dog.
Is it going to eat the candy bacon?
No, I left it on my desk at my office.
Okay, good. Yeah. Just making sure. That's always a fear of mine.
Yeah, no, my dog, tiny thing.
Right. Well, they always figure it out, though.
Yeah, they're smart little buggers, aren't they?
It's weird.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So,
what's new with you, buddy?
Nothing. We're just hanging out doing the station's fully operational in Conroe Tower.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I feel official because we have to have a badge to get in.
Man, look
so
at
that's
you.
cool. And now the CVB's in front of me, so I get to say hi to them every morning. And
I love those ladies. They're awesome.
Yeah, I hope they do start doing more with down here because this is kind of a bleak look. Because it's been like this for a year.
I agree.
And I was like, I wish they would you tear down the wall, put some paintings up.
They need a coffee shop or a restaurant or something down here.
Put some putt-putt in there.
That's what
you got the room. You got room for putt-putt.
A little putt-putt bar.
Yeah.
I went to one of those in Houston. It was awesome. They should do that down here.
Have you seen that place here on the Loop? That's like a indoor golfing deal, but it's like a
what
bar.
Is it? Perfect Round or something like that? I haven't been yet, but I've looked at it online.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get over there, but it just hadn't found the time yet.
Well, you have kids that are under 5.
Right.
So get them into golf and you can go.
I know, man.
Duh.
It's that easy.
You can be like a Tiger Woods dad. Be like, you're golfing every day.
I don't know. I know we want Luke to play baseball. Hopefully he enjoys it, and we'll probably get him to play golf. Golf is just something that you can use. I mean, even when you're older, if it doesn't work out, you can use it for business purposes.
Yeah, if you're a gambler, it's a great.
Or if you're a gambler,
it's a great way to gamble. So, no, well, one thing, golf is universal now. So it's like you can go to any country and like there's going to be a golf course. So
everywhere we go, I make sure there's a nice golf course. I mean, we went to Branson in January, and Tiger Woods has a golf course that he designed over there. It's phenomenal, and we went and played it. It was great.
Did he really design it?
Yeah.
What did he get like on?
No, he has a golf course design company.
Like MS Paint, and like drew it.
Yes,
He's
correct.
Like, this is what I want.
Finger painting, actually. He also designed the Blue Jack.
That's here. That's in Montgomery, right?
Out in Dobbin. Yeah, off 1486, I think, or something like that.
I've heard about it.
But yeah, he designed that golf course as well. I think that was the first one his company actually designed.
I didn't really think of Tiger Woods as like a golf course designer.
I mean, if you think about it, who would be better to come up with such things? I mean, it's a pretty common thing in professional golf.
No, I get it. I just
Jack Nicholas.
I just don't see him sitting down drawing. It's more of like,
I almost said Jack Nicholson.
I could see him saying something like, "Oh, these are the kind of holes I like," and then like, "Oh, what do you think of this hole? We kind of took your specs and we made it for you."
I think it's probably a little bit more intricate than that, but yeah, no, we'll go with that. No, you're probably right.
I don't know. I mean, think about that guy in his time. He's like, I don't want to design it. Here, I'll just tell you what I like.
I mean, what if somebody said, "Hey, this will make you like $7 or $8 million if you design this"?
Well, just put my name on it. Who cares?
Well, it could be that, man. It could be that. You never know.
Yeah, I like golf. Golf's fun, and then bowling's fun. I like been bowling. That's been fun. It's gonna ruin my marriage.
I bowl like once a year. I love it, but I just don't get to do it.
I got caught up in it.
Did you?
Oh yeah, it's just fun.
Is it just is it a lifestyle?
Well, what I like about it are the leagues, because it's like
Gotcha.
I need some repetition in my life, and I like that because I know every Wednesday I can hang out with my buddies and bowl. So there you go. I like that. It's fun. It's kind of like it's like going golfing with your buddies, but you're not in a golf cart outside. You're inside throwing a rock at wood, and so it's very entertaining.
It's very caveman-like.
Yeah, and the people involved are wild. Like they put Connor on the map for me. The people that bowl.
That's awesome.
It's really weird. Shout out to all those people, especially over there in Cut and Shoot over at Times Square. Another wild place.
I haven't been out there, but I've heard it's great.
Well, it's kind of strange because like 300 reminds me of like the old school bowling alley. When you go out there, it's so big, and it's just like it's too big for me. I'm like, the ceilings are high.
Is it like a mini main event?
Well, no, it's a legit, because I think main event's lanes are smaller. I don't think main event.
They are.
Yeah, so this is like a legit bowling alley.
Gotcha.
They have leagues, they have tournaments. It's a legit bowling alley. It's just so big. It's so much bigger. So much bigger. It's wild.
That's awesome.
But I like 300, the smallness of it, because I can see the lanes and
feels more comfortable. And
yeah, because high ceilings really get to me. I'm not gonna.
It's an odd thing to get to you.
Well, it's just when you're trying to focus on bowling, it's like the lanes seem longer with the ceilings higher.
Never thought about it.
So,
wow,
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I would stick to the small compact.
I like the small compact.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we went to Charleston. We went to a boutique bowling alley in downtown Charleston. It was like 8 lanes on like a second floor.
Really?
And I was talking to the guy because I like bowling, and I was like, I like bowling alleys, and I was like, how do you guys know this is level? It's on the second floor. Like, do you have a guy come in every year and check it? Because there's got to be some sagging somewhere.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah.
Some sort of droop.
And he's like, that's not my area of expertise. I'm like, well, I'm just wondering. That's all you had league here. You know how many bowlers that complain about everything? You think they would complain about that?
Do they complain about?
Oh, man, bowlers, they're worse than golfers. And it's like, and the worst thing about it is it's almost like it's a habit every single time. Like, you know when someone's on.
Are they kind of like NBA players?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's a foul.
Mm-hmm. Everything's an issue. They're not them.
Yeah,
It's
that sounds
it
like
wasn't
NBA
me.
players.
It wasn't me. And I always say it's me because I'm drunk. So it's whatever. Like, I don't throw it perfect every time.
Does that 300 bowl bar go pretty hard?
It's probably the cheapest bar in Conroe.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, you shouldn't have told me that. My wife's rolling her eyes.
Well, it's I just like everything that goes on in that place. It's very inexpensive for family. It's funny. Wall Street Journal had an article over the weekend about this way bigger companies are doing pricing or they call it like adjust pricing, or something like that. Basically, it's like event, like, oh, we're busy on a Monday, so we're gonna charge more. And it's like it's always like gas prices is going up and down, up and down.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, and this guy talked about going Bolero in California, and he reserved a lane for 4, and it costs like $420 or something like that, with taxes and everything.
Absolutely not.
And he had called and was like, hey, when I go online to your website, it didn't say 400. It says like 130, 140. Like, oh, you're reserving, and you're reserving at a busy time during spring break. So we adjusted the price. So they might have like a sign price.
Yeah.
But when you go online and use their app, the price will be different.
Oh my goodness.
But
I would lose my mind.
Oh yeah, and but a lot of people sent me that article. But I was like, yeah, go to 300 Bowl. It's like under $60 up to 6 people, 2 hours of bowling and pizza.
Really?
Well, I think for pizza it's 65.
That's well priced.
Yeah, and a soda, a pitcher of soda.
Dang.
So you can't
like
beat that.
it.
You can't beat that, especially with the kids. And I mean, the crowd might be kind of rough, but it's 300 Bowl in Conroe.
It'll be fine.
You should just be happy there's no smoking allowed. Okay,
Right?
Let's just all accept that.
Hey, I can remember back in the day.
Well, I know you could tell. You could tell in that play, like, oh, people smoked in here.
Oh, 100%.
Kind of like going to Johnny B. Dalton's. Like, oh, someone's
been smoking in here.
yeah, they've been smoking in the walls. They're in the walls right now smoking.
It's built in.
I mean, Johnny B. Dalton's has that little flavor too. You've been there. You've had it.
Yeah. We went in early November.
Yeah, when we first moved up here, one of Holly's friends through work goes, hey, we need to go check out Johnny B. Dalton's. And I was like, is that place closed? Because every time I saw it, like, no one was there. And then I found out, no, it's like a dance hall, so they're only open on certain days, and it's like...
And then even then, it's like not until
like
11 o'clock or midnight that people really start flowing in there.
And my first experience going there, I remember going up to the front door, and they have to check, you have to pay every night. And the lady's like, it's $3.75, and I was like, wait, it's $3.70. I'm gonna have to have change to get into this place. Like, why don't I just do $4? Like, and
I think it was $4 when I went in.
Yeah, well, it changes all the time. I've learned it's like depending on the day, it's an adjusted price.
It's an adjusted price.
It's that BS stuff. Well, anyway, we go in there, and I was like, well, all I have is a card, but she took my card and charged it.
Yeah.
But when we went inside of the bar, they didn't have credit card machines. They had the old carbon copy. What's it called? The old school credit card.
About Home Alone.
Yeah. I was like, this place is wild. Like, so they could take my card in the front, but we can't do this back here. We're just going to be scanning cards.
I think they're more updated now.
Well, I know, but I imagine the system was down, but it's just
Probably.
it's just funny to me. I was like, the front works, but in here you're screwed.
Yeah, no, it's man, what a staple of the community. It's a great spot. But we went the night the Astros actually won the World Series
This year.
Yeah, we went out for my wife's birthday.
Okay.
And it happened to fall on Game 6, so they had it on, and we were dancing and watching it all.
Yeah,
at the
my
same
wife likes
time.
to dance, and I do not like to dance.
You look like a dancer.
Well, I mean, I like to dance and have fun, but when my wife's very structured in the dance. She's like, we're going to do the waltz or we're going to do 2-step. And I'm like, I don't want to like do a dance. I just want, I want to just
get out there and shake
free.
your tail feather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in that environment there at Johnny B's, because everyone knows what they're doing. It's very impressive. I'm like, I'm not that good. I'm going to screw this up, and it's going to domino effect. Everyone falls over.
What? There's only one way to learn, brother.
Well, I know.
Get out there and mess it up.
Yeah.
Step on some toes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You're right.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Johnny B's off. That's great. But so we got to be wrapping up because I got our next guest coming in, Cody.
Yeah,
well,
man.
It's always nice to have a Monday morning with catering by All Star Catering.
Yeah, man. Anytime. I mean, you sent me the Facebook message. You're like, hey, got open slots if you want to.
Yeah. I'm trying to get everyone I know in so I can get back into my normal rhythm of a morning show.
Bro, anytime you're having trouble, just shoot me a message on either my phone or on
Bring me
Facebook
a
Messenger.
cake.
And I'll bring you food next time, I promise.
You know, I'll come get food.
Attaboy.
I want a casserole.
Come on.
What's the best casserole these days?
Man, I'm a big fan of the chicken poblano casserole. It is.
What kind of
so
sauce
good.
is it? Is it
It's a poblano cream sauce.
Okay. I think I've had that. So maybe I haven't.
It's so good.
Okay. So, people, if you want to reach out to Cody at All Star Catering, we got all the connections below in the description. Cody, again, thank you so much for coming in. Coming up next, I got my buddy Taylor Cobian coming in. He's OC Wellness, so we're going to be live back.
Jenna Danielle.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. We'll be back in a couple minutes, get him in, and then we'll be back on Facebook, YouTube, of course, live on Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We'll see you in a second here with Mornings Lone Star.